first league for today, we're playing some Bug Krasis. This deck is sweet. It's been putting up a lot of results. This is Brad Nelson's list, and I haven't changed any cards because this is my first time playing the deck. The idea is it's the old black-green midrange shell, but now you have Hydroid Krasis as your late game, a way to go over the top of people. And like you can find back your Krasis, keep drawing cards. I really like the way Brad's tuned his list because he has these Plaguecrafters in the board, which I think are really good against mono blue, and really good against the Drake stacks that are quite popular and typically like pretty good against black green. So I'm excited to play some games with this. See how it goes. Also, I should put Mew back up before what anyone notices in comments. Oh, that's fair, Boiling Hades. I don't know. I've been playing decks through leagues, my first time playing them. And like, each league you face like one person that's not very competitive, then you'll face like a few people who do have pretty good decks. It's a good way to like get like a feel for a deck, at the very least. I haven't been minding them. But yeah, once I get to the point where I'm really liking a deck, I am taking it to the ladder, which is what I did with Mono Blue. Since I'm really loving Mono Blue, I think that deck is doing excellent. On that note, alright, we might be dead, chat. We might be dead. Yep. Well, at least they're missing land drops. It's like kind of a good thing, I guess. Oh boy. Let's find some land drops here. Big for removal. That is not removal. This is what we get for abandoning mono blue, I know, right? Abandon the best deck in the format for some silly mid-range thing, and this is what happens. Alright, looks like, on the positive note, we'll be back to grinding the ladder with mono blue soon. Has its roots in Greek, apparently. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. So, it's a Dutch word meaning to combine a short vowel at the end of the word with the vowel at the beginning of the next word. Yeah, I think like it's meant to be like Krasis because it's like combining different creature types and like works with all those sorts of definitions, I guess. Like Simic just like combines all the creatures together in the same way that like Krasis talks about like combining words, I guess. So they 100% have dive down, but I don't really know what else I can do here. Oh my god! Oh my god! It resolved! What just happened? Yeah, nice spell pierce. Oh, jeez. We have a chance, chat. Deal. Oh, that is taking it? Sure. I kind of want to keep beating down, almost. I almost just want to, like, Jadelight for lands. I kind of like that plan. Jadelight for lands, get a body in play. Make sure we like never miss a land drop here. I could get back Llanowar Elves. It's probably loose though. Yeah, I agree, Ty. It is kind of risky. If they were just really leaning on a spell piss. I don't know if I'm just meant to find back an elf. Then next turn I can go like Vivien plus elf potentially. Like, we're never going to use up all our cards in this matchup. It is just a race. One could be relevant. I don't know. I'm not 100% on this. Eep. So now they have the Spell Pierce, huh? Awkward. Alright. I kind of want to attack with my Chupacabra and see what they do. Because if they block it, I get to get it back and then shoots the Djinn. If I play Vivien, they just Spell Pierce her. I could play Finality into Vivien. So like Finality this turn, get it Spell Pierce, then they can't Spell Pierce Vivien. They'll probably have a counterspell up by then, like an actual counterspell. This is tough. Mono Blue makes for such interesting games. Like, I'm 100% they have Spell Pierce. Whereas it's not certain they have Dive Down. So I'm just going to cast this. I guess I get to attack first with the Chupacabra. Because they can't really block this. So this is just going to get pierced, which we know, but it clears the way for our Vivien soon. Oh no, Dokamoy! Dokamoy! Hey there, Marcus. Great to see you. Been enjoying the elf ball pictures. It's like infinite elves. Alright, the fact we have to shock ourselves to get Vivien past the Spell Pierce is annoying. They don't actually have lethal next turn. They have, if they draw a land, they have 5/6. I could attack with everything and just cast 2 creatures and hope they don't have a Trickster. I guess that's my plan. I feel like if I cast Vivien, I'm just gonna... Interesting. How does that change things? Excuse me. I don't know what to do here. Like, if the Vivien resolves, we almost certainly win. But I feel like she's so unlikely to resolve. It's really tempting just to go Reaper plus Jadelight. They counter the Jadelight. But then we only get to attack 1 creature, so we're not even, like, pushing lethal over the next 2 turns. Doesn't even feel good enough. I guess I just have to cast the Vivien and hope I can play around a Spell Pierce at least. For the sake of 2 life. Obviously paying 2 life here is not ideal, but... I feel like if the Vivien doesn't resolve, we lose anyway, so I should play around the Pierce. Since Pierce is a card they could have in hand that we could actually beat. Yeah. That means we're probably dead. And like, based on how this played out, we could definitely end up losing because we paid that 2 life. But I think it's correct to pay the 2 life. guess I have to Karn plus. Have the most ridiculously lucky Karn plus the world has ever seen.
Evil must not be tolerated. You may regret that choice.
Alright, GG. GG. Brutal. They probably have nothing. Probably. Why would they have anything in hand? Seems improbable. Right. So I don't know that we want all the cards I'm about to bring in, but we definitely want Plaguecrafters. So it's good against the early Obsession draws. We definitely want Cast Downs. Believe we want Duresses. Believe we want Wildgrowth Walker. I think giving them lands off Assassin's Trophy is actually pretty rough. God, I have to cut 7 cards. Finality seems really bad. That was horrible. Yeah, Mono Blue is not a good matchup for this deck. I think Vivien is just not very good. Every time my opponent casts a Vivien against me and I'm on Mono Blue, I'm pretty happy. I also think Assassin's Trophy giving them a land is actually really brutal, because it lets them like hold open their counter magic more easily. Seems to me that the opponent's playing the good deck and we aren't. Carnage Tyrant, I think, is pretty bad against them, but people have told me it's decent. I'm going to trim 1. We can just have the 1 copy of Carnage Tyrant. I suspect it's not very good though. Maybe it's better as a Contempt. 4 mana counter spells are like 4 mana removal spells are not terribly exciting. At least you can like pressure their mana a bit by doing it in their upkeep though. Actually, if the Plaguecrafter is coming in, I kind of don't hate keeping 1 copy of Find. Let's try something like this. Not played this matchup much, especially not with the new list, so imagine I'm not boarding perfectly, but this feels like a solid approach. Bring in more removal, bring in some Duresses, make the deck a bit less clunky. Sure. Have a Wildgrowth Walker, which is pretty good against them. We don't have any removal. We really need them not to have an Obsession draw. I think it's pretty hard to mulligan the Wildgrowth Walker. Please don't have Obsession. Please don't have oh my god. And they missed the land drop again. They keep keeping these 1-landers. I guess we might actually punish them this time. Okay, there, Caius. Huh. I feel like I'm probably meant to keep that. I know I was boarding out Spell Pierces when I was playing against Bug. So like Vivien's a bit more likely to resolve post-board. Hey there, Minnow Mellow. Good to see you. They always have the Obsession draw. I'll have you know, we only had the Obsession draw like 90% of the time. Apparently they're literally 100% to have it. Jeez, Dokamoy. That's some good maths right there. You've been really enjoying Mono Blue at the moment. Mono Blue is really strong. I think it's what I'm playing at my RPTQ. I've been very impressed with the deck. Actually, if I cast this, it lets them cast a Tempestion next turn. Maybe I'm just not meant to cast Vivien. Hey there, Enweeaboo. Good to see you. Am I just not meant to cast Vivien because it lets them cast Tempestion? And that means they get to start blocking? Like, casting Vivien forces them to have a Spell Pierce. And if they don't have the pierce, we win. This is a really tough decision point. Like, I was warding out pierces against Bug when I was playing Mono Blue, but I imagine lots of people would keep them in. You just hold the Vivien. I am really unsure. I'm gonna cast her, but this might be a mistake. Okay. Like, my fear is that they get to tap out for a Tempest Djinn now, pretty safely if they want. Which then, like, really slows down our ground assault. But it's also pretty rough to just sit there and not do anything. Alright, if I cast the Jadelight pre-combat, I can make this bigger. We're basically putting them on specifically Trickster, though. So I guess I just move to attacks. Because they have to tap the Wildgrowth Walker regardless. Alright, we attack both of these, we trade up a Trickster, but get in for free. We could attack with the Elf too. Hey there, Zyla, great to see you. It's fun recording the podcast this morning. If I attack with all three, they can eat my Llanowar Elves, but then they either have to chump with the Storm Tamer or they take 6. Not sure. Not sure that it's worth it. They could use a dive down here, which would be brutal. Save their creature. They don't have it. Alright, let's find a good card here. It's like a medium card. So we're gonna have a pair of we're gonna have 3 free power creatures, basically. I guess we just want to keep playing medium creatures. I kind of want to find an answer to Tempest Djinn, but now they have the Storm Tamer in play. It's kind of hard to get through the Tempest Djinn apart from by brute forcing. And at least this means that if they play Tempest Djinn, the Ranger's going to make the Wildgrowth Walker bigger, so that they can't, like, easily block it. So, this, like, kind of plays around Tempest Djinn, keeping the Ranger on top. It might actually be better than a removal spell for that reason. In fact, it plays well against the Storm Tamer here. Huh. So they have to chump a 3/2 and they go to 1. Sick. Pretty rude, but I think we're going to be fine. I'm too lazy to tap properly. Trust in the auto tapper. Vivien Reid. I mean, I guess I keep that. I can cast her around a spell piss. Blow up a flyer if they play one as a chump blocker. Trusting auto tapper so loose. Only a mono blue player could trust the auto tapper. It was so funny. I was watching Gab Nassif's stream this morning and he was playing like a mono black Priest of the Forgotten Gods deck with 2 copies of Arch Vraska in it, and every time the auto tapper would leave open Arch Vraska. Even when he had like black spells in hand he wanted to cast. It's like, this is kind of absurd. A little bit absurd. Siren Lookout. Get that explore trigger. Jeez. Ugh. Okay. Oh, this means I get to spell pierce my Vivien. Mono blue. What is mono blue? Why is the deck so good? So, like, if I don't cast Vivien, the Ranger gets eaten by the Walker. The 2/2 trades with my 3/2. The 1/1 chumps the 3/2. And we basically get nowhere. I guess the same happens if we do cast the Vivien. I guess they get to double block the other 3/2, so we just have 0 creatures left. Like, obviously they've telegraphed they have a spell pierce, but I think we literally can't win the game if they have a spell pierce. I don't know. Go ahead. Chantel? Aw, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the continued support. It means a ton to me. Got a caster? Yeah. Okay, we don't actually have good attacks here. I'm just gonna pass the turn back. It was really fun recording the podcast this morning, Chantel. God, is this what I was doing to people when I was playing Mono Blue? I feel kind of guilty. I feel like a little bit guilty. You're so sleepy now, I'm not surprised. Thank you for being okay with recording it at a time that I can do more easily. Yep. Okay. Let's move swiftly on. So this is basically what I found when I was playing the mono blue side of this matchup. From the mono blue side, the matchup just feels unlosable if your opponent doesn't play like Crow Harpooners. Finality would have been good there, it's true. Kinda good, apart from the bit where our opponent would have like 4 cards left in hand. And we'd have 0. How has Sultai been? We only have played the 1 match so far, and it was against Mono Blue, so rough start. Oh, you're right, Caius, they'd be dead, huh? Good point. Seems like a fine hand. They'd have 3/5. Oh, so they'd chump, but we'd have a creature left. To be fair, Mono Blue is famously bad at beating, like, you know, a 6/5. Or magic cards in general. Please don't kill my Wildgrowth Walker. Would like to gain some life. Maybe I'm just not meant to play anything this turn. Maybe I'm just meant to like play a tap land and pass the turn in case they're on mono red. And guarantee my Wildgrowth Walker trigger. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Main deck Harpooners seem good in that matchup. They seem pretty great. How do you sub on the Twitch app? Other people will be better at answering that question than me. I'm really bad at that stuff. There must be a way. Can you only do it on a computer, Alessia? No. Am I advocating playing Rubble Belt Recluse to beat Mono Blue? I mean, if it resolves, it's probably unbeatable. You can touch the screen and it should give you an option, assuming you're on mobile. Krasis this turn. It's pretty nice. I'm worried that not attacking with the elf would, like, makes it really obvious we want this elf mana. Apparently they didn't do anything there. Ooh, thank you, Dokamoy. I appreciate you posting that link. I might actually save that one so I can refer back to it. Opponent seems to be off to a clunky start over there. They didn't do anything on turn 3. They haven't played a Drake this turn. Oh wait, they're on Grixis. They just put a Bolus in the bin. And a Contempt. Hey there, Amy. Good to see you. Arg. All I wanted that turn was a land. Would have been so good. We'd have got an extra card here. Like, this is still a perfectly fine turn, but wait, did you? Dokamoy was being so helpful. Dokamoy posted something really helpful. Dokamoy didn't deserve that fate. This is our life now. We're just gonna cast Krasis for free every turn for the rest of the game. We're gonna draw the 4th Krasis next turn before we draw our 5th land. It's gonna be amazing. I guess we don't have 4 Krasis. We literally only have 3 Krasis. We've drawn. Zyla, Baby Veloose, thank you so much for the 2 months of subscribing. It means a lot to me. Continued support means a ton. Alright, we drew a land, which is excellent. Yay, thank you, Zyla. Alright, I think I want to go find back Krasis Elf, play my Branchy, and play the Elf. Seems like a pretty absurd turn, honestly. Please don't have negate. Don't be like that, opponent. Don't be. Come on, opponent. That's just rude. Main deck negate, yeah, a little bit brutal. 23 land felt real bad, yeah. Kind of feels like you just want to hit your land drop every turn with Krasis in your deck. Just like never miss a land drop ever. My elf. I loved that elf. Uh-huh. Oh. My yard. Mr. Branchy. Deckmaster. Thank you, Amy. I'll set that up in a sec. Piper. Thank you for the... Poop. Thank you for the 6 months. It means a lot to me. Thank you for the continued support. I should probably choose a card to discard in a moment. I'll open up Deckmaster once I have a moment off of making decisions. I don't really want to trophy the campaign. I guess that's what might end up happening here. Ooh, yeah, now we can Jadelight for this trophy. I think that's like not an unreasonable turn. We can dig for our land drops to make the Krasis better. We still get a threat in play. That one seems fine. Good morning, Or. It's great to see you. I honestly don't mind this Jadelight Ranger. Yeah, I'm gonna keep her right on top. Can attack for free. And then we can hold open trophy, and if they go to surveil, we can kill the disinfo. What? Alright, alright. I guess we're killing that now. Instead. Using our Jadelight. That's not the end of the world. Let's get this out of the way. And then we can untap Krasis for 4. Huh, that's interesting, Kaya. So it works on Android, but not iOS. Huh. It's also kind of annoying. Discard this up for 4, draw 2 cards. Draw Divination. It's like almost tempting to hold the land against the Disinformation campaign deck. But we have so much to do with our mana. And like, they have to kill these Krasis, in which case we can find them back and cast some big Krasis too. I definitely just want to discard Contempt, and then I can Contempt this and cast Jadelight. Can Breeding Pool just sod off? Yeah, the sound effect's not the best, must be said. That was a strange game. Opponent just stumbled due to their mana in the setup turns. Let us get too far ahead with our Krasis. I've cast the Krasis 7 times. It's absurd, Chris. I keep drawing them. Hey there, Teresa. Right, we're against Grixis. I'm gonna quickly check the sideboard guide. Doubt this there's like an Esper midrange guide. So we just like take out Wildgrowth Walkers. Yeah, taking out Wildgrowth Walkers seem really bad in this matchup. I guess I kind of want Duresses. Is there anything else I kind of want? I could bring in Disdainful Stroke. It's probably like fine. And Midnight Reaper seems excellent. Breeding Pool sound effect is the only reason to play a blue-green X deck. Wow. That is a statement right there. I really don't love Trophy against them in like the resource grind. Obviously we need some amount of removal. I'm gonna trim a copy. Also like worried about Ritual of Soot, so I might trim a couple elves. So I don't like have draws with like multiple elves that play into Ritual of Soot really badly. This seems fine. Squish Splort. Oh my god. Oh my god. You hit the Ooze as the Mirror Breaker. I've heard Ooze is pretty good. It's like not great against Finality, but I have heard that Ooze is quite good in Mirror. They put me first. They are really valuing having the extra card against me. Can we add sound to that command? Alright, it's kind of a nice draw. Branchwalker for early pressure. Can just fire off Hydroid Krasis for 2. Just to like draw a card and dig a little deeper. And get some pressure going. Exclamation mark, add sound to Breeding Pool. Yeah, Ooze seems like garbage against rates. I definitely agree with that one. Please don't Force Erasure me. please don't Forteration me. I guess that's pretty strong too. Deckmaster. Yes. Yes. I was so distracted. Alright, Deckmaster is actually opening now. Oh. Hopefully it should be open in a second. Kind of don't know whether to fire off the Krasis or the Branchy here. I'm a bit worried about them, like, erasuring my Krasis and me not getting to draw a card. Ooh. That's a good card. It means I only get to do one thing next turn. Will definitely be good at some point in the game, though. I'm gonna keep that, even if it's not very exciting. Just, knowing what's in their hand allows us to have a better idea of what we want to be doing here. Could maybe stop an Eldest Reborn hitting the table. We are deep in the sewers. What? Alright, alright. I mean... I guess I just want to kill them now. I draw one less card this way, though. I kind of want to, like, get in damage before they can cast 6-drops. You have died to one before. Just... whenever a creature is put into a Ravenous Graveyard forever, put a counter on it. Yeah, it's like a 4/4 flying lifelink. It's basically Baneslayer Angel. Basically. Question mark. ... Oh dear god. They are gonna start casting 6-drops. We are gonna die. Rawr. Fear my 2/2s. Have I considered playing Demon Lord Bowsenlock plus Haunt of Hightower at the RPTQ instead? Not ready. I must admit that one did not occur to me. Jesus. We have a problem. They needed to hit one more card for us to win. Oh boy. It's a pretty good draw. Giant Growth one time. I think I forgot to register the Giant Growth stock away. But how embarrassing would it be if they just lose to this Vivien Reid after drawing a million cards? Like, that would be kind of great. We might actually win this game. I don't know how they beat this Carnage Tyrant. No! We had a chance.
I've seen things that would break someone like you.
We need to make this like 3 power at least to threaten lethal if they just contempt the Vivien. Yes, I will keep that one on top. Can confirm. I am okay with a Hydroid Krasis. Yeah. Yeah, Paul, I know. It's awkward. They're just gonna die. They don't seem to be answering my board. Just letting me keep this Vivien in play. Deal. 7 cards in yard. So I just cast a big Krasis, and I can either blow up the Search or plus Vivien. Both of those sound kind of great. I guess I'll just start with the Krasis. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, they have Dispersal. That's true. 4 Carnage Tyrants. Hey there, Jack. Things are going well. This is kind of nice. Loads of replacement planeswalkers. I think I'm just going to get rid of the Search. The whole cast is here? I only just realized that. Oh my god. That might be the first time that has ever happened. That might legitimately be the first time we've ever had the whole cast here at once. It's a Cats reunion. 1 hour after the fact, we have reunited. That is pretty hype. Oh no, Chantel. That sounds way less important than being here. Gotta be honest with you. Gotta be completely honest with you about this one. Yep. Oh my god.
Balance comes.
What's that? Spells unlock for 6 cards when we have no spells in hand? I don't think that sounds good enough, if I'm honest. If I'm completely honest with you, I don't think that sounds quite good enough. Just 6 cards. Krasis is such a nonsense card. Yeah, it kinda is. Take the breeding pool so we can hear the sound effect again. Good point, well presented. I could just resolve my Krasis now. For like 5. Put a lethal threat in play. Yes, that's probably better than casting the Karn. They're tapped out of Essence Scatter. Next turn it would be bigger. But this way we put lethal on the table. Get to like minus Vivien to blow up the blocker. We don't draw as many cards. My opponent does die though, which I hear is pretty good. Alright. Well, we lost to the good deck, aka Mono Blue, but we beat Grixis Spells and Locks Revelation. See ya, Chris. This is nice. Solid start, and then we protect our Karn pretty well with our Wildgrowth Walker. That game was disgusting, I agree. Ooh, maybe some sort of mirror. That's not having to take damage. Smartly drawing a Drowned Catacomb. Also don't have to play the breeding pool. Maybe we'll just draw lands every turn and never have to play these breeding pools. So many elves. Too many elves. I guess I just need to cast down the stupid Midnight Reaper. You should probably just play Sultai Midrange, Jack. Here playing to the board is pretty strong. I kinda want to keep this so I can pair it with the cast down on a later turn. I guess. It gets me another Wildgrowth Walker trigger if they don't kill it. I don't know, what's the appeal to you in playing Sultai Control instead, Jack? I guess is one of the questions. Okay, what's the argument for playing that deck instead? Force Erasure. Force Erasure is really strong. I don't disagree with you on that one. They're missing land drops. I kind of don't want to kill the Midnight Reaper quite yet. I can get Karn in play and plus force them to kill the Wildgrowth Walker if they want to start attacking. They don't even have the second black source, so it might even be potentially quite hard to kill the Wildgrowth Walker. Honestly, I saw a list on Twitter that was just bug mid-range, but it had 4 erasures for the mirrors and for the control decks and stuff. I could see that being kind of legit. You're gonna trophy my Karn? Pretty okay with them ramping me. Karn's been a good divination in that case. Okay.
How convenient. An excellent choice.
Just gonna give me the Branchy, I assume. I don't know if I want to get a second Planeswalker going, or just develop my board so they can never attack this Karn. It's just so hard for them to attack once I play this Branchwalker. Alright. I think one Planeswalker is probably enough. I just want to stabilize the board enough, make sure they can never attack in. Huh. I kind of want as many copies of that card as possible. Even if it means we're not getting, complete value off our Branchwalkers. Force them to slog through these Viviens one at a time. Now our defense is just absurd. They can never break through on the ground. They have to find Contempts to be in this game. They need so many of them. Yeah, I think something like that could be good, Jack. I haven't put much thought into it, but I saw a list along those lines on Twitter, and it kind of made sense. Force Erasure is incredibly strong in the format.
Stop nature.
Krasis. Deal. So far ahead, they're never catching up here. I could almost start attacking, but I don't want to draw a card off this Branchwalker quite yet. What was if I attack with everything? They would Branchwalker on Branchwalker. Thing is, they also get to have easy attacks back on Vivien. Could just attack with the Wildgrowth Walker. I'm not sure. I don't really know how we lose if we just sit back and protect our Vivien. Maybe this is too passive. Yeah, Planeswalkers are just really strong in the format at the moment. I agree, Jack. Definitely agree with you on that one. Very hard for a lot of people to answer. Okay, so I think I plus Vivien and then just kill the Krasis keep pushing for this Vivien ult.
Come to me.
Tyrant's nice. We can go Krasis plus cast down this turn, and then like potentially Tyrant next turn. Or we can just play our Jadelight Ranger with the cast down this turn. Which is also decent. Keep hitting those land drops. Ooh, that's not a land drop. That's such a good card though. Definitely want to keep that. And I just want to kill the Krasis. They get to draw another card here, but it's fine. They're pretty far behind at the moment. I believe I meant to try and get in some attacks, finally. They can chump to draw cards, but now that they've cast the Krasis, they're kind of like digging towards their land drops anyway, so I'm less bothered about them drawing cards. Don't know if I attack with another Branchwalker. I want to be able to protect my Vivien in combat. Probably still do, even like this. Deal. So you take punches. You're behind on board, and I have a Vivien. Oh yeah, holding on to Krasis in these mirrors is definitely really strong, at least if you know your opponent doesn't play Forteracia. That's like a weird part of Forteracia, right? It like forces your opponent to play their Krasis early. Deal. Alright, you have to have the Contempt for this Vivien, or else you die. We grab a land, we get to Krasis for one more. So as much as I like this other Krasis, I'm tempted just to take the land. Maybe that's silly. Another Krasis is pretty messed up. I think I'm just going to take the land. Draw another card. We need some Vesuvas, get more breeding pools in play. Clearly. Oh my god, so many cards. Not very impressive cards, but I will take them. What happens if I attack? Because they have to attack Vivien if they don't have a Contempt. But branchy trading for Ranger is a pretty bad trade. Yes, I just don't attack here. Just hold back everything to defend Vivien if they have like a Chupacabra or something. That is not gonna do it.
I've lost so much already.
I guess they can attack with everything. They lose their elf and their Chupacabra, but then they don't die to my Vivien ult. Hey, Espion. It's going pretty well. I'm enjoying this bug deck. I'm enjoying this Vivien ult. So now we get to kill that Vivien. Rawr. Okay, enough Vivien. Start digging for more random creatures.
No one knows the wilds
to pump with this ultimate. That one's pretty solid, I guess. You have a good feeling about this one. I think we have a chance this game. I think we have a chance. Alright, I'm gonna check how Brad boards for the mirror. So he just takes out Wildgrowth Walkers and a cast down for Strokes, Contempt, Midnight Reaper, which sounds about right to me. I don't know, the Wildgrowth Walker was sweet that game. I definitely think Wildgrowth Walker is less relevant in the mirror now that the mirror is more about Krasis than Carnage Tyrant. So, kind of buy into that. Wait, doesn't bring in the trophy. Why wouldn't you bring in the third trophy? It kills Planeswalkers. I guess it ramps for the Krasis, which is awkward. Midnight Reaper Vivien ult is a major non-bo. It really is. Should just abandon the deck if it has a non-bo like that in it. Alright, I'm just gonna trust in Brad. We probably have enough answers to Planeswalkers like this. Disdainful Stroke definitely helps out there. Yeah, that makes sense, Jack. I used to like Wildgrowth Walker in the mirrors even post-board. But now that things are all about Krasis, this hand might be too slow. I'm gonna keep it. Obviously could go very wrong here. The mirror's kind of grindy, so it's hard to mulligan. But obviously this hand doesn't really do anything for a while. Yeah, that was how I felt too, Sylar. It would like pressure people's Chupacabras. It would make your Midnight Reapers better. Back then people would have like 3 or 4 Midnight Reapers post board. So having some way to gain life felt really important to like make the Midnight Reapers keep being good. But yes, now you have the Krasis to gain life for the Reapers, which helps a bit. I'm just gonna Chupacabra this Reaper. I can block the Branchy quite easily. Right. Let's block the Branchy. Just keep our life total high. I guess maybe trading's bad, but we have a Reaper of our own in hand. You can see that being the case. You've stumbled into some bug and you're okay with it. Bug is great. I'm a fan of some bug. To have Contempt here.
Would you like to come to me?
I kind of want to take a land so I can play Tyrant or a big Krasis. It's kind of a boring thing to take. I could also take a Jadelight Ranger, then I can go Ranger plus Midnight Reaper next turn. I'm just going to take a land. It's kind of unfortunate we're taking a land that deals us damage, but we have a lot to do with our mana at the moment. Just never want to miss a land drop.
Now we're getting started.
Alright, have a Carnage Tyrant. That's pretty problematic. Yeah, Vivien starting at 6 loyalty is really silly. I agree.
Meet my newest friend.
I'm just gonna keep taking lands. Means I don't have to take damage off my land this turn, which is pretty appealing. Have to hope they don't have a Finality here to punch their Carnage Tyrant through, but like, nominally we can block their Tyrant. At least if they do Finality, they lose more creatures than we do. Very clearly just have to block their Tyrant, right? Vivien takes 3 damage, but gets to stick around.
Strike me, and you strike nature.
Please don't have another Tyrant. That one's pretty good too, I guess, now that we can't minus our Vivien. Yeet, plus and
Balance comes.
definitely just grabbing this. I have a Chupacabra in my bin, right? I do. Kind of want to find Chupacabra, shoot down Krasis. That way I can block on the ground really well to protect Viv. We're just never going to cast these Krasis. We've got too much to do with our mana. It's kind of absurd. See ya, Lasha. Have a good day. Thanks for hanging out. Please, no more Krasis. If you would be so kind. You wish there was a good Jund deck in Standard? Jund is sweet. A little sad about that too. Like a Bedevil or Kindling Phoenix deck that can also play some mana ramp. I really want to keep Vivien alive. I also really want to keep this Llanowar Elves alive though, because the mana is pretty important. I guess if I block here, I get to play the Carnage Tyrant. It's a big blocker next turn, and that's like a pretty fine use of my turn. I can set up for Finality once the Carnage Tyrant's in play. I'm just going to keep Vivien's loyalty high. Alright, so I believe we're casting the Tyrant this turn.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
Ooh, I could go Tyrant Elf. Which is decent. Plays around like an Eldest Reborn or something like that pretty well. Plays pretty poorly with my Finality, but I don't need to Finality next turn anyway. There's not like I'm locked into that plan. You just take the breeding pool. Just need the breeding pool noise in our lives. If we end up finalitying next turn, we feel pretty silly about this elf, but I think it makes sense. We aren't locked into finalitying. Let's just be a bit more versatile with our choices. If we end up Krasising, we're really happy to have the elf in play, so. Carnage Tyrant. Plus my Vivien.
Nature.
So I'm gonna Krasis this time. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is good for you, Paul. Can confirm. It's kind of awkward because it's kind of hard to cast all the cards that we're drawing, but you know, feels pretty good in general. I guess I just take the land. Kind of want to take the Chupacabra. Like, I'm probably going to draw a land off the Krasis. Having a Chupacabra in hand would be really heckin' nice. Whatever. If we brick on a land off the Krasis, we're pretty sad, but it seems decent to me. Disdainful Stroke, sick. No attacks. Discard a Branchy, probably. It's not clear that Midnight Reaper's even gonna be good this game. But oh, sick, Cambo. I did not realize that. Thanks for the heads up. Be very curious to see that. We have to make sure not to deck, which is weirdly an issue. Slightly embarrassing issue to have.
The wilds are my shield.
Let's get lands. Lands are great. Yep. I guess we're now discarding a land because I want to hold Open Stroke. We get to hold Stroke anyway, we have an elf. Yeah, exactly, Caius. No worries. Alright, rest of the game is basically just protect this Vivien. As always, the way you win with the mirrors is with Vivien ult, I believe. I imagine that has not changed.
I've seen things that would break someone like you.
Yeah, we certainly can grab some magic cards off this plus. That is certainly a thing we can apparently do. Dear God, what is this mirror? How is this mirror a thing? Like, this is horrific. This is actually terrible. I'm just not even gonna grab the stupid Krasis. I'm pretty sure grabbing the Krasis is like wholly unnecessary. I mean, the Midnight Reaper probably isn't something we actually ever need, right? Yeah, I only ever saw one person deck in the old Black Green Mirror across like 20+ matches played of the mirror. But apparently it's a lot more common now because of Krasis. Which makes sense.
You can't stop nature.
I guess the flip side is Disdainful Stroke's pretty good at protecting Vivien, which is nice. It's like not something you really were able to do beforehand. How many cards in opponent's library? 39. 39 magical cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can just do this for 4. And then still hold Open Stroke. I guess that's fine. I'm not sure I trust this not to tap my blue mana. Thank you, Arena. I could attack with my Carnage Tyrant, I guess. Kinda just don't want to take any risks here at them, yeah, because if they cast down the Krasis, they can attack Vivien then. Oh no, we get to cast a Branchwalker and then we can block all their garbage. Whatever. Vivien is I mean, Vivien was always the single best card in the mirror. That was always the case. Like, Vivien was how, like, probably somewhere like 65 to 70% of games ended in Vivien Ultimate. It felt like. I am flinging jellyfish at opponents. It is delightful. It is quite delightful. That's Vivien. Grab another meaningless magic card. So just cast this. I mean, they can't kill my Vivien, so I don't think they have any outs here. Which is nice. Nice to know. Krasis animation is nice. Krasis is nice. How's the Sultai Esper matchup? I don't know. I've not played it yet. Not as this even does anything, but I guess I counter it so I can kill them next turn. Oh, what's your favorite animation, Love Jane? That was certainly a match that occurred. That was certainly a match. Mnemonic. I've not seen the animation for Mnemonic Betrayal. I'm so sad now. One of my friends was playing that in his blue-black conjecture deck though. As a win condition in the sideboard that you could tutor for. This hand is so close to Dreamy, and yet. That match has sated you. See ya, Paul. Hope chores go okay. Sounds alright. Yeah, go ahead, Love Jane. I probably won't watch the clip whilst I'm streaming, but it's not a blue source for our Krasis. We do need land drops, but we got the Branchwalker to dig for them. Maybe this is greedy. Believe in greed. Alright, let's look at this. Let's look at this clip. Actually. Whoa! That animation is so freaky. Also, the interface for that card seems like such a nightmare. Dear God. How do you cope with having 20 lands in your hand? Oh. Wildgrowth Walker. Alright, I want to draw a Chupacabra next turn. Chupacabra would be nice. Kill that Wildgrowth Walker before it gets out of control. Clean the board up for Vivien a bit. Yep. Here come the Wildgrowth triggers. That's a really good one. Midnight Reaper is a tough card to beat sometimes. Unless they don't have a land drop and they're considering milling it to hit lands. Which could be legitimate. Missing land drops is really bad in the mirror. Okay. No blocks. I just want to play my Branchy here. Sure. Okay. Well, this isn't going to be the best board to cast Vivien on. At least they didn't Chupacabra my Druid though. God, Midnight Reaper is such a good magic card. I guess if I block Branchwalker and Branchwalker, they get to draw a card. But then they can't kill my... Oh, then the Explore trigger kills Vivien. It's so bad. Yeah. I guess we're leveling up the Druid next turn and just hoping they don't have a Chupacabra. In that case... So we can make a big... We don't even get to make a big Krasis. This is just like a rough position in general. They've had a very good early game curve here. This is basically the curve out in the mirror. Short of having a Jadelight Ranger anyway. They're probably going to give us Vivien, because they can actually attack down Planeswalkers pretty well here. Whereas Carnage Tyrant seems really good on this board. Hey there, Mason. Had fun doing the recording this morning. Sorry to hear about you being sleepy there. Yep. Opponent is ready for these mirrors. Attacking us? Jeez. I think I'm just taking this. I just don't want them drawing a million cards. Then next turn the Carnage Tyrant at least gets to eat any creatures that attack us. This is like, we're playing very dangerously this way. I guess we're leaving ourselves dead to a removal spell, which is not great. They only have the one card in hand. And this way, if they start just swinging all out, we at least get to eat creatures with Carnage Tyrant. It should slow them down a lot. Take a Reaper off the board. Maybe even take both Reapers off the board. Oh, they just want to cash in the Branchwalker as a divination? Sure. I've got my Karn giving me card advantage. They can have some card advantage of their own. We just need to not take too much damage here. Our hand is very powerful. Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm all sneezy. Thanks, Love Chain. These don't have Contempt. They didn't have Contempt. Jeez, we get to keep using the Karn here. Just keep drawing cards.
I'll make use of that later.
Am I going to stream any Chaos drafts or low-end drafts later this month? I probably won't. I'm definitely not saying no, though. Can I have Finality and put them on a 2-turn clock? That's pretty interesting. So they take 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 5 is 13. I don't hate that. I do not hate that. Be a lot easier if we had a Chupacabra to do that. I think I like that line a lot, Mason. I think this gives us the best chance of winning. Otherwise, we're both just sort of here sitting, spinning our wheels, drawing cards. Because this feels like actively powerful. This is a very aggressive line. Like, they get a lot of cards here. But we also potentially just kill them with our Carnage Tyrant. Like, if they don't have an Edict, next turn they have to block the Carnage Tyrant. I guess Contempt would buy them 1 turn. So like Vraska's Contempt is annoying. Buys them 1 turn. Yeah, they just don't have time to use all these cards. That's the hope. That is the hope. I'm definitely not confident this is going to work out, but I believe we're currently ahead. Jadelight Ranger. I guess the way we would be really punished there is if they play a Wildgrowth Walker. Wildgrowth Walker would have been pretty difficult to beat from this position. Luckily they didn't. I keep in that one. Oh, they just want to make a 4-3 so they can try and block our Carnage Tyrant more easily sooner. That makes sense. Chupacabra, huh? Alright. So I attack with my Carnage Tyrant to start and see what they do. Let's go to 1. Makes a lot of sense. There's a few different options. I think I just want to cast creatures though, because each creature is lethal currently. I think I want to play Jadelight Ranger, and if I hit a land I can play Chupacabra. Otherwise I can play Branchy. Oh, that's a really good one. Huh. I assume I want that. It's not a land, which is pretty sad, but... Next turn we get to shoot down a blocker. Makes the Carnage Tyrant really problematic. They also have to deal with both of these. It's going to be really hard for them to get out of this one. That is their own Carnage Tyrant. They still have to like triple block my Carnage Tyrant at the moment. Because of the Vraska's Contempt. Yeah, that's why the Vraska's Contempt was so good. It just makes them makes it really hard for them to multi-block our Tyrant appropriately. What was the other card we were taking out? Oh, it was the cast down. Alright. Seems sweet. See ya, Mason. Have a good day. Thank you for dropping by. Oh my god. Alright. Hopefully we just never lose a game of the mirror. That would be nice. I would be kind of okay with never losing a game of the mirror. Ooh. I need to start listening to Mason's podcast at some point. I feel kind of guilty that I don't listen to it. Alright. Mulligan. Slight issues with this hand. Yeah. We might be about to lose a game of the mirror. Bad news. Bad news, folks. Good start. If that was Overgrown... Yeah, I think I'd have kept the 7 with an Overgrown Tomb pretty happily. It's like not ideal, but you still get to like cast your turn 1 dork then, at least. I kept in their Wildgrowth Walker. Ooh, hitting a land is so good for us. Which it's not necessarily incorrect to keep in Wildgrowth Walker. I used to do that in the mirror. I think it's a bit worse than it used to be, but they have a lot of Midnight Reapers in their list seemingly, which makes it considerably better. Am I going to Toronto? I am not. I do not live anywhere near Toronto. Guess I'm not attacking with Branchy, because I need her back on defense to block the Reaper. If I was to play Modern, what would I play? Probably a Phoenix deck of some description. I'm not sure which one. I probably need to have a couple days of testing to figure that out. I think the Phoenix decks are quite good. You haven't faced Phoenix yet. Lantern destroys Phoenix. It's not particularly close. Oh, I get to just like upkeep a Contempt to deal with the Reaper, or do a Contempt on their turn anyway. I don't get my attack with the Branchwalker then, but I play better against the Disdainful Stroke if I wait till their turn. So I think I'm just gonna wait. The deck seems so scary. So it destroys the blue-red lists. Because they're just not fast enough to get underneath Bridge properly a lot of the time. But it is a lot worse against, God, am I just going to keep playing around Disdainful Stroke here? I guess if they Disdainful Stroke this, I then just get to trade the Branchwalker with the Reaper, which is fine. I'd rather not take damage. Against, like, the mono-red lists, I could see them being too fast. But I assume it is just, like, very good against the blue-red lists. Is Lancing good again, then? Maybe. Depends how good Tron is, really. I have a feeling Tron's not terribly good at the moment, but whenever I feel that, like, a week later, Tron wins a tournament. So, you know. There's that. Alright, I'm just gonna do this. I really want the Chupacabra this, but they haven't cast an Explore creature for a couple turns. Assume they just don't have one in hand. Trophy hurts Lantern a bit. Kind of. I mean, Trophy's replacing, like, what? Abrupt Decay. Which, you know, does, like, the same thing against Lantern, essentially. Yeah, Burn honestly isn't a terrible matchup for Lantern. I think the Burn Lantern matchup, if you have like a decent sideboard, is like 50-50 probably. Yeah, it's very expensive. You have like Mopals, bridges, etc. It's kind of absurd. Let's fire this up. Can I explain the ladder thing in Arena a bit? Is it monthly, and you just have to keep winning to top 8 to qualify for the $1 million tournament? Yeah, so for this month, I don't think I want to find. I kind of like the idea of setting up Finality at some point if they cast more creatures. I think I meant to attack. I think I don't mind them getting in some damage on Karn. Whereas we could just very easily kill them with our Carnage Tyrant here. Yeah, so what it is, for this month, how the ladder works is the top 8 players at the end of the month in the constructed ladder qualify for the Mythic Invitational at PAX East in March. Whereas in future months, they're going to change things around and I assume have different benefits for doing well in the ladder. But yeah, for this month, the top 8 qualify, which is why lots of people are really hyped about the ladder. They've got so much to deal with here. They have to not die to our Carnage Tyrant, not die to our Karn. You know how everyone was saying, including me, that Krasis meant that Tyrant was less important? I take that back. Because this is kind of disgusting. Huh. Disdainful Stroke's interesting. I guess now I just want to Chupacabra the Wildgrowth Walker. I was tempted to Finality, but Disdainful Stroke's such a good draw. I'm like a bit worried about them playing their own Carnage Tyrant. But they'd need to like get a land drop this turn and already have the Tyrant. Yeah, for sure, Love Jane. It's really intense. I'm probably gonna frustrate a lot of people when they drop those couple places out of top 8. So if we counter this and trophy the Chupacabra, they just die. We don't even have to trophy the Chupacabra. They're just dead now. Seems good for us. Disdainful Stroke has felt so absurd in the mirror. Carnage Tyrant has also just looked like completely foolish. As was always the case. Right, I'm gonna head to the bathroom a second, chat. I'll be back in a moment. We'll continue casting many a Carnage Tyrant in seemingly infinite backroom mirrors. Hi. What up, chat? What have I missed? What have I missed? You really hope they don't continue to use top 8 on ladder to qualify for tournaments or whatnot, because the whole thing strikes me as unreasonably stressful. I assume it's not going to be a common occurrence. Obviously, we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I assume they'll use a larger metric than top 8 in the future. It would make sense. Top 100 or something. Who knows? Who knows? Top 8 is definitely very intense. This hand is a tilt. Aww. Mew gave birth on February 6th. Did you know about this? Jeez. God, this hand can't be good enough. Well, I guess this is the thing. Awkward 7 into unkeepable 6. Into, I guess, pretty decent 5. Almost want to keep this. Sounds weird, but we can Branchwalker into a land, and then Krasis for 2 is like a good turn 4 play to get some card advantage back. If we hit that land. Whatever. Kinda need to run perfect to win this game anyway. On a multi 5. Should have kept the 7, clearly. Apparently we should not have kept the 7, because we would have died. Might still die anyway. I don't think I can keep that. Kind of relying on their draw to be awkward here. Giving them extra lands is certainly not going to help in that regard. Hey there, brave guy. Good to see ya. Oh boy, if they have a Chain Waller, I might just scoop. If they have a Chain Waller, I might just scoop. That is not a Chain Waller. So, may in fact be in this game. No. Ugh. Oh my god. I hate everything. I guess I better start looking at this sideboard guide. Mono red, huh? Mono red. Yeah. We do have that in common, Sora, we do. Please play a land. I need you to flood opponent. That's my one chance. So I'll let them have fun. They're not allowed fun. You didn't realize mono red players played sideboard games in 2019? Alright, I'm just gonna copy Brad's sideboard guide here. Because Brad is smart. And his sideboard guide looks like fairly intelligent. Duress is interesting. I guess you Duress to like keep your Wildgrowth Walker safe. Kind of makes sense. I've never really brought in Duress in this sort of matchup before. I don't hate it. what's the plural of Krasis is Krasis? Krasis sounds so good though. Krasis sounds so good. Yeah, that makes sense, Lurch. That makes sense. You just need to, like, take light up the stage, or ensure they can't kill your Wildgrowth Walker. We need a second black source for the Contempt. But I also don't feel like I can afford to keep a land on top. It's not like we're casting the Contempt for a few turns anyway. We need to find an explore creature for this. We need to find a whole bunch of stuff. And this way, like, drawing a land is a lot less painful, so. Alright. Don't you lightning strike me. Huh. Explore creature. It's not an explore creature. It's not even close to an explore creature. Guess I just have to kill this. God, the one time the Wildgrowth Walker actually lives and we don't have the explore creature. What is this? Alright. I could Contempt that. Kinda want to save Contempt for a Phoenix, if they still play that card. Yeah, Brontodon's still like a reasonable card in the matchup for sure. They say as it dies. Jadelight Ranger. I guess we feel pretty silly here if they haste a 2/2 at our face. I think I'm just meant to attack. Take down the Cheney. Are they just gonna Wizard's Lightning my Wildgrowth Walker here? That'd be rude. Can confirm, was rude. Yeah. This game was like a little bit gross. Kitchen things. Give me an obstinate Baloth. If we have an obstinate Baloth, maybe we... Oh, Krasis? Krasis would give us a shot. I guess that's basically obstinate Baloth, right? It's like an obstinate Baloth that draws us cards. Yeah, strong sideboard card. Strong sideboard card. Alright, 2 lands, and their Ancestral's gonna draw 3 lands. We're gonna draw Krasis. Draw 2 cards, gain 2 life, block the Chain Whirler. Yep. Well, that was one of the least competitive games of Magic I've played in a long time. That was kind of stunning, honestly. Just like the tiniest bit. I don't know that I learned very much there. We beat the budget Grixis deck, and we won the mirror twice. And then we lost to the, like, 2 actual decks that are not mirror matches. Which has been roughly what I've heard about Bug from everyone, that it kind of just loses to everything, despite being seemingly good. I don't know. That was kind of medium. Definitely need to get more games in with it though. I wonder what Brad's new list is like. I might go take a look at that before we hop in our next league with a different deck. Like, you think Sultai was the best deck to play week 1 because it was mostly tuned from GRN, and you don't think it's the best deck anymore? I suspect that is the case. Like, I don't think the power level of the decks actually increased that much. As weird as that sounds. Like, Krasis is an incredibly strong card, but it's obviously replacing, like, you know, the 3rd Carnage Tyrant or whatever. And there are matchups where Krasis is going to be a lot better and matchups where it's going to be a lot worse. Mostly it's just kind of like similar power level, but attacks from a different angle though. So it's not like the power level of the deck's improved a bit. But I don't know. What decks did I lose to? I lost to mono red and I lost to mono blue. I think the mono blue matchup is just unwinnable if you don't really warp your sideboard. You need like Crowl Harpooner to beat mono blue. I feel like the mono red matchup should be decent, but both of the games we just played looked pretty uncompetitive. Definitely having to play Llanowar Elves hurts a lot in that matchup because of Chain Whirler. Yeah, mono blue, I think mono blue is one of the best decks in standard at the moment. I think mono blue is very impressive. Very, very impressed with the deck. Someone asked about Depose.